What's up, friend, and welcome back to another Avatar: The Last Airbender standard video. And I cannot believe that I am saying this, but this Rakdos deck list just won an 81 player tournament in Brazil. Not just any Rakdos deck, Rakdos Sacrifice in 2025. I cannot believe it. Right here, first place with a 6-1 record. And you already know I had to check this out on the arena ladder, because winning an 81 player tournament with a bunch of like top tier decks as well, like Is That Lessons, Banned Airbending, Is That Looting, Esper Pixie, like these are some top tier decks that this deck was like competing against, and it came out on top. So we have to check this out on the ladder and see if somebody managed to break Rakdos in 2025, which is something I've tried and have not really been super successful at, but this seems to work. So this is a Rottenmouth Viper deck, which is unbelievable, but so awesome. A 6-mana 6/6 snake, and as an additional cost to cast a spell, you may sacrifice any number of non-land permanents. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each permanent sacrificed this way. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, you put a blight counter on it, and for each blight counter on it, each opponent loses 4 life unless the player sacrifices a non-land permanent of their choice or discards a card. This card works beautifully with a new card from Avatar, which is Obsessive Pursuit. I've actually been pretty obsessed with this card. I've played it in a lot of decks and it impresses me so much. The 2-mana enchantment, when it enters and at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and you create a clue token. Whenever you attack, you put X1 counters on target attacking creature, where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. X is 3 or greater, that creature gains lifelink until the end of turn. So one of the cooler plays in this deck list is that you can sacrifice like a bunch of these clue tokens with the Rottenmouth Viper or other non-land permanents, which is going to give one of your 1-drops in here, which is Spiteful Hexmage, Stalactite Stalker, or Stadium Headliner, the counters from the Obsessive Pursuit, and the lifelink on top of that, because the Viper is going to sacrifice 3 or more permanents most of the time. You get like a huge attacker with life gain, bunch of counters on it, and it just makes for a fantastic point swing while also putting a Rottenmouth Viper in play very cheaply and ideally for 1 mana. It's also why there is Spiteful Hexmage in the deck in the first place. This is a 1 mana 3/2, but when it enters, you create a Cursed Roll token attached to a creature you control. It sacrifices Cursed Roll token to Rottenmouth Viper or to the Disturbing Mirth, which is also still in this deck. This is an awesome card. 2 mana, when it enters, you may sacrifice another enchantment or creature. If you do draw 2 cards, when you sacrifice an enchantment, you get the Manifest Threat as well, which gives you a 2/2 creature. Sacrificing that Curse Roll token is one of the better curves that this deck can have, but also like sacrificing Disturbing Mirth and turning it into a 2/2 is just super nice with cards like Torture Tower, or sacrifice it to your Rottenmouth Viper, stuff like that. It's really nice. There's definitely some like Descent synergy in here too. We see Corpses of the Lost and Stalactite Stalker. Also the reason why there are some Fabled Passages in this deck as well. Also like the 2 copies of Raven Eagle in this deck list. When it enters or attacks, exile 1 target card from a graveyard. And if a creature card is exiled this way, you get to create a clue token. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, each one lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. So a little bit of life gain, but Raven Eagle is just like a nice engine to make some like non-land permanents. The clue tokens can be super sweet, card advantage, you know, but also just a nice Viper food, I guess, so to say. Case of the Sash Skeleton could just like eventually help you tutor up something you need. You can solve the case, you can sacrifice it and search your library for a card, put it enchant and shuffle. A way for you to get to the Rottenmouth Vipers, which are pretty important. But I also really enjoyed that to get to the Phoenix Fleet airships, which are in the sideboard of this deck as well. Games that go on a bit longer, or like games where your Rottenmouth Viper may be a bit risky, because there's always like a lot of risk attached to the Viper, but honestly, the synergy between the Viper and the Obsessive Pursuit is just so incredibly awesome. So absolutely love seeing that. If you want to hear my thoughts on the deck list and see the win rate, you can check that out at the very end of this video. I'll be going over like the stats a little bit. So stay tuned if you want to see that. For now, let's dive into the gameplay, and I'll see you in the next video. What? Okay, we're gonna try. This is a crazy hand though. What the HELLY? I'm getting like the wildest hands given to me. I love the lands though. Great choice. What the fuck? Like, how do you draw 3 Molten Collapse and 3 Momentum Breakers before your 3rd land? What is happening? Like, what even is happening right now? Did you shuffle the deck? I clearly didn't. Bruh. We need to put some, like, good vibes into it, you know? Gotta put some good vibes in it. Because what the fuck is this? Stop! Like, this is getting insane. It would just be so great if I could just hit a land so I could actually do something. This is absurd, man. This is literally deranged, like... Yeah, like, what the fuck is my hand playing? What is my fuck? I'm Recto's Sacrifice. What the shit? How do you draw? I'm so confused. These draws. Yo, Serge, thank you for the raid. These draws are just unbelievable. What the fuck was that? What was that? What was that? I'm so I'm so lost. What even? What even? Okay, hey, I see a good amount of lands and things to play. I mean, this could work out, right? This could work out. RG, be with me. Disturbing, we're so nice here. Okay, okay. Not too bad. Yeah, balance. There's a little bit of balance in here. Okay, we appreciate it. And they kept a one-lander. Oh. Good vibes. Okay. And unlocked, I guess. We crack the passage to descend, get the corpses back into my hand, I guess. That'll be good. Whoa. Knight of Grace. A Manifest Dread here. Yeah, whichever, I guess. Alright, well, crazy that, you know, when you get a nice balance of lands and cards, you can actually win games. Crazy how that works, you know? We do have the technology. Okay, let's see if we can keep it going in game 3. You know, infuse it with good vibes. Nice, you know, what about like 3 lands, 4 spells, something like that. Okay. 0 lands, okay. Right. Right, right. This is not too bad, I guess. Not really the hand I would like to see against white weenies, but... we'll see. Easy block. We're back to the momentum breaker hands. But we have lands this time around, so we should be able to do something. Man, they do love themselves a little Magdi and Eatla moment. I mean, period. It's a good card. Is it Cube All-Star, Magdi and Eatla Sky Snarers? Power Cube All-Star. I could hit him with the snake. Let's do it. We came here to play the Viper, and we're gonna stick with it, you know? Show them what we're about. Snake. Danger Noodle. You love to see it. Danger Noodle. Knight of Grace is a spicy sideboard card, though. I'm not really sure what you'd want to need that for in a meta, but spicy card. I remember back in the day, I made this really cool Elenda, like Orzhov Knight deck that had the Knight of Grace and the Knight of Malice and Elenda in there. That was in a meta where so many people were playing. That was in a meta where so many people were playing these black mid-range decks with a bunch of instant speed spells, black and white, and it just destroyed them. It was so good. That was one of my favorite brews. Like, it really just threw people off like crazy. All of a sudden, they couldn't interact with any of my creatures. It was a vibe. You had to be there. Damn, I was sort of expecting a double block there, but that's why I held up the stadium headliner to throw it. Well, I mean, obviously, like, they don't double block because they knew I was gonna hit him with the headliner. Alright, we have our birds, snakes, and good vibes. Alright, guys. Hey, we saw a little bit of, you know, how the deck could play out when we can actually play the deck. That was nice. Now, hold on now. Let me go ahead and destroy my local LGS with Rakdos Viper. Period. This is what I've always been, you know, this is what I've been designed to do. Either way, this is kind of weird. I mean, I don't hate the hand. I just hate that it's a one-lander. Like, it's kind of... If I could do a Hexmage into Mirth, snap keep, but I feel like this is too greedy. I don't want to mull this. I don't want to. I mean, I could always Desperate Measure the Hexmage, but that would be a true Desperate Measure. Yeah, it's absolutely like keep AF if I could find a land, but nah, we've never been punished for holding a low land hand. Yeah, we've never been punished, huh? Chat, like literally I can't keep this, right? Everybody tells me to ball. Okay, I've been peer pressured officially. I've officially been peer pressured by the chat. If this fails, my trust broken. I know, ball. I mean, listen. Chat's like that little devil on my shoulder that's like, hey, go ahead and draw that land on the top, you know? Chat, I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. Well. Sweating. I'd say I'm surprised, but nah. I'm not. Now, do I go Desperate Measures? Yeah. Rebozo. You calling me Bozo? Oh shit. It was all part of the plan. I deserve it though. Like, if you want to call me Bozo, that makes sense. Who are you calling Pinhead? Okay, but what now, though? I don't really... I mean, I could Disturbing Mirth the Stalactite Stalker, but... I wouldn't like that very much. I could also just play Disturbing Mirth and draw nothing off of it. Like, that may be okay, actually. I mean, I guess it, like, baited out a counterspell. Like, I guess that's fine, right? So we're clearly against some control deck. That's kind of tricky, because then obviously, like, I value my creatures pretty heavy, of course. I also value drawing cards, getting engines started and stuff. Maybe just try this again. I feel the urge to sacrifice it. It's greedy as hell, but I think I need the cards. Okay, this is a good card to have at least. Like the engines, like the Corpse of the Lost and Obsessive Pursuits, that's exactly the type of stuff that we need to, you know... to get through it. Although because the playlist is fire, hey, I'll take it, you know? Well, this is actually a Rottenmouth Viper moment. But we're probably better off just firing off Corpses of the Lost. I think we just gotta go like this. We'll go Corpses, and then we'll Disturbing Mirth our Disturbing Mirth to descend, pick up the Corpses again. Draw some cards. Like kind of whichever, I guess. Okay, guys, this is kind of getting somewhere, not gonna lie. I was nervous at first, but... Corey, thank you for the 5-stream streak as well. I love this brew, it's just that Rottenmouth is so sus. Rottenmouth Viper is the sussy snake, like 100%. But also, you gotta believe. It can sense bad vibes. Like, if you are a doubter, it's not gonna perform for you. If you are a believer, it's gonna, like, treat you right, you know? Well, quite sad to, see that go, but, you know. You think Judith is somehow playable? Nah, like, that Judith is so bad. I think somebody I think somebody has said before that there was like a Judith with the like the Wizzies from Final Fantasy, but I don't know. Let me get the link to the tournament for you here. I'll crack this. Isn't she like a 2/2 for 5? Yeah, something bad like that. she's so shit. She really is. Like a 5-mana 3/4 that needs she's a 5-mana 3/4 that needs to see other spells, you know, very specific spells do something. Like, it's a clear commander card in my opinion. Everything about it. It's just like a true build around. Ultima. Ooh. Nah, it's 5 mana. It's that Judith is bane of my existence, I fear. I'm actually gonna crack this and pick up the Corpses here, I think. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, like, you had to be there. Like, when that Judith was spoiled, you had to be there to see my reaction in real time. Like, it started off with that Judith just being spoiled as art, and I was losing my fucking mind because Judith is one of my favorite characters in like Magic ever, like history, and oh my god, she looked so good. Like the art was incredible, and then they revealed the card and it was absolute shit. I was like, oh no. But I mean, in general, MKM was kind of mid regardless, outside of like the surveillance and a couple of pieces here and there. But yeah, I needed to have the serialized 69 Judith, like, bro. I'll still take it. If anybody here is in possession of the serialized 69 Judith, then I will still take it. But, you know, my god, what a bad card. Unreal. If somebody was like, hey Ash, you want a Christmas gift? Here's a 69 serialized Judith. I'm not saying no to that, but I don't know if that card has ever been found anyway. Judith favorite? I just loved like the story. Like when I started playing Magic in 2018, like Ravnica was kind of like, you know, the new set, and yeah, she's just a bad bitch. Like in general, I just love the Cult of Rakdos. Like I just think they're so cool. Pure of joy and whimsy. And yeah, I just like loved it. I would go in with the Viper, but it's kind of... I think I'm better off just holding the Realm of Co. Bonkers of the art, yeah. PG player has a 3-mana serialized. Yeah, the 3-mana Judith is good. Like, that's actually a playable card. But I'm talking about, like, the 5-mana one. Yeah, the 3-mana Judith also was one of my favorite cards to play with. I mean, Rakdos Sacrifice is obviously, as you can tell, I mean, how long is it? Like, it's been fucking, like, close to being 8 years of me playing Rakdos Sacrifice. And it started off with, like, Judith on the battlefield, and then you had the, what was it, God Eternal Bantu or some shit? Yeah, the one that, you know, you would play Judith, you'd play Mayhem Devil, you'd play Priest of Forgotten Gods, and you had Bantu to sacrifice all your lands and win the game with Mayhem Devil triggers. Before Kettleven came out. That's, that has my heart. That was my Rakdos deck. Yeah, the Bantu decks. All or nothing, sack all your lands, live your best life. Sometimes that makes me wish that, like, when I started making Magic content, I would already be making YouTube videos, because I could go back to them and look at the decks that I made. It would spark joy, for sure. But yeah, that was how I fell in love with Sacrifice, and then you had Priest of Forgotten Gods with the Chandra, with the elementals from like M21 or M20. Literally greatest vibes ever. Now here we are. Rakdos is suffering. We're in a crisis. We are literally in a Rakdos crisis. Ah, shit. Yeah, it really sucked. M21 is one of your greatest traumas, the Risen Reef piles. Yeah. Yeah. The Risen Reef stuff was crazy, but also really cool if you think on it with the elementals. Like, I thought it was kind of sick, you know? Yeah, Ryan, my sister made me addicted to it. And I vibe. Yeah, now, honestly, those elementals, like, I also just loved, like, the M20 and M21 both, so... Listen, I decked myself out with Risen Reef, and I enjoyed it. That's true. And then it went all over the top with, like, Omnaths and stuff, but, it was good vibes, you know? It was good vibes. Okay. Saw it in your playlist the other day. You added it to yours. Yeah, like Elle made me listen to it. I was like, damn, this was kind of hard. I don't usually listen to Renee rap music, but she may have cooked, you know. She may have cooked. How do you function YouTube came to watch standard killing is attacks? Hey, you got it. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, no, I do think this one can get it as well. This one can get it done. Let's see, Hex Mage. I'm gonna cast a Viper here. So let's see. I could get it for 5. 1, 3, 4, 5, and then I could still crack this. Just this one only. Viper! I mean, listen, if this is like normalized, then it'd be what it'd be, honestly. You agree that one of the biggest mistakes new best free player make is over sideboarding? Yeah. I mean, if you're new to sideboarding, I have like a whole video up on my YouTube about like sideboarding for dummies, sideboarding for beginners. And yeah, I do think overboarding is definitely something that are definitely mistakes new best of 3 players make, for sure. Most of the time, you're better off like putting less cards in than more cards, because you know you don't want to lose the thing that makes your deck work in the first place. That's on Patreon, but maybe I can also shove it on YouTube for like members or something. I don't know. I'm just waiting on like seeing some feedback roll in from besties that are already on Patreon, and if they think it's good enough. Jesus, buddy, can you leave my board alone? Damn. My God. You good? They're really holding on. Nah, they sure are. Holding on for dear life. Like, whoa. Snake time. You gonna lose your card? You're gonna go to 4. Okay. Full deck mode. Let's see if this card gets him out of it. This guy. Also playing Viper with it. Yeah, Obsessive Pursuit. Yeah. I fear this like last couple of days I've been very Rottenmouth Viper pilled. I'm not even sure why exactly, but I am. Very Viper pilled. Really hope this is not Jeskai Revelation, but I mean, the odds of them literally ripping Jeskai Revelation at the top? Surely low, right? Surely. Surely. $50-50. Well, if they are net decked Jeskai, they should only have 2 copies of Revelation in their deck in the first place, so the odds should be on our side. Okay, that worked out. Yeah. No, you're right. Just as I saw the chat of Rachel Meadow, like, you know, great minds, great minds. Yeah, no, they should only have 2, so we really should have the advantage there when it comes to the numbers. Okay. Got through it, guys. It was a bit of a struggle, but we made it. I don't know why the fuck this deck's playing Torp Orb, though, like... Hello. A lot of the NTGO non-Chico lists are running 3. Must have been a recent development then. Well, I feel like I would maybe add a couple more cards in for the control matchup here, because I'm not really sure what to put in, but I do know what I want to take out. Like, I guess we could maybe think they're playing Pinnacle Starcage and play like an Abrade, but... Are they going to be on Rest in Pieces? And do we want to go Feed the Swarms? That may just be the key. I don't need like crazy amounts of removal though. Yeah, I've been Obsessive Pursuit pilled for like a week now. This card is just fantastic. It doesn't disappoint really. One lander tapped, 2 snakes. No, absolutely not. We got to do better than that. This is kind of odd, but I guess I can try. We have the Fabled Passage to crack with the Phoenix Fleet airship. Yeah, no, I was kind of an Obsessive Pursuit doubter as well, but I've changed my mind truly over like the last week. My absolute beloved blimp. Was that the Kibler pile? No, the Kibler pile was like almost like Golgari control coded, I'd say. Like it was very Golgari ramp. The Golgari counter deck that is linked is basically just Earthbending, like Earthbender's Ascension, Hollowmerk Siege, Bazing Say, Badger, Sentinel of the Nameless City, Roboroid. Yeah, it was like Chocobo Eugene control, which is really spicy. Okay, Raven Eagle. Rakdos in this economy. I know, right? Like, I was hyped. I was hyped seeing it. Rakdos winning a tournament. What the hell? Somebody out here doing God's work, I guess. Mono white, hyper aggro, exclusively flyers. You could consider going in blue white. You have that really good enchantment from Avatar. I mean, I like in a way, Bright Moon, in a way, like it contradicts itself a little bit, right? Because like you have these very aggressive starts, but then you have a bunch of board wipes and like top end planeswalkers. So I guess it takes a lot of like, you know, adapting to play it properly. I want to fire off the Phoenix Fleet. I know it's gonna get countered though. So I just go for it. Okay, we will. I actually hope I have basics left. I think I should, right? Okay, not many. It's giving 3 steps. Oh, yes! But what if it doesn't? Hold up. I have blimps now. Crazy. Okay, just going for it paid off, I guess? Yeah, right. Ultima. Right. Was it crispy? Rip. There go my blimps. Oh well. I was like, this is too sus. Like, this is too sus that card would resolve, you know? First I hit Mythic with your mono black deck yesterday. Now this. Everything's coming up. Hey, congrats. Yeah, the mono black list was just really smooth. It just got the job done, you know? Okay. Yeah, I see Disturbing Mirth. Life is good. Such an incredible card. So powerful, but... yeah. Not enough support for it sometimes, it feels. Viper card style on the dailies today, gotta be a sign. It is. Rakdos is back. Hey, we're about to find out. Gundam, thank you for the 12 months though. Appreciate it. Damn, they wanted the top that could get lost and they did it. Good for you. Good for you. I'm only slightly jealous. Good for you. I'll get rid of their last card here. Let's see what it is. Jeskai Revelation. That is a big fucking hit. Nice. That's fair. Come on, I need a creature here. 25% chance to ripple land at the top, so hopefully the odds are in our favor. Well, definitely not a bad card to get, but not really what I'm looking for. Oof, they have Fountain Port. I could get out of hand, man. Uh-oh. Yo, Mike, what's up? Uh-oh. Play this bop. Okay, I can live with that. Make it 2-2, draw some cards. Burb. I think I am cool keeping that on top. Okay, lock in gamers. So this bird is a 3/4. Man, them at 18 life scares the shit out of me though. That's not... That's really... We have to do a good amount of damage here quickly. Hopefully they're not gonna put the map on it and just gonna swing and we can catch him by surprise. Okay. They're not bothered. Damn. I wish I could have like messed him up with that. I mean, I guess because they knew that they were just gonna make a new one, so they would just sacrifice a new map, I guess. You know? Obsessive Pursuits. Rectos? I know, like, crazy this. Crazy this. The Rectos Renaissance. So when it enters your text, can I get to a position where... Can I stack it so that I could sacrifice my clue token with the trigger? Is that possible? Whenever this creature attacks, whenever you attack, do I have an opportunity? I think I do, right? In full control. Yeah, I do. Hold on. I'm on it. This is a ball, but let's play this instead. Yeah, it does work. I guess because both triggers happen upon attacking, so if you can order it in the right way. Okay. Big bird. Big bird. Good amount of damage. Big play, guys. Big play. Big bird from Sesame Street. Oh. Big bird. I'm like, unless I'm misremembering, that big bird has a crazy name in Dutch. You know what they call big bird in the Netherlands? He also looks different, by the way. He's blue in the Netherlands. And they call him Pino. Like, got nothing to do with a bird. It's just his name. They made him blue and called him Pino. Yeah, like, it's fucked up. They made him blue. It's true. It's fucking it's fucking Pino. Yes, it is. You can look this up. Nah, it's true. It's true. I'll find it. In Dutch, it's called Sesamstraat. And then they made him blue. For real, for real. This is, like, for real. This is Pino. I'll show y'all now. This is him. Yeah. Like a very nice blue color. Yep, yep. Don't show Pino on stream. Nah, that's it. It's vibes. Chat's going through a state of shock right now. Yeah, he's blue. He's blue. Way sexier than Big Bird. Bruh. I don't know. I'm not sure why they made that change. I have no idea. That's actually a really great question. I have no clue why they made that choice. Okay, we won. The opponent is in the chat and they are currently too shocked at the information that they just learned. Holy shit. See, that looks reasonable. That looks reasonable. Good amount of lands. The iceberg sows in. Yeah, that was sick. Alright, here comes the ramp. Oh shit. I want to keep the roll tokens on because snake. A lot of our elves Fenrir, it's just like mid-range. I think so. Ah, go crazy. Ah, go stupid. Let's go in. Snake! It could also just be that I have to mulligan more aggressively with this hand though, but, you know. Definitely could be. I think they're more than okay with blocking with Fenrir here. I'm just gonna let it go through. We're not getting into cards, so that's really nice. Miss Glissa. Yeah, Glissy. Oh. Wait, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Eh? Okay. Okay. Board wiped. Wasn't really expecting that, but... corpses. At least doing a good job exiling their graveyard here, though. I mean, that's really nice. Yippee. I was gonna say cooking. Crazy how the deck works when you're not flooding your ass off. Am I right, guys? The reason it's 20 lands. Yeah, like the Raven Eagle has really impressed me so much. Eugene. Let's think about this. Case Skeletina. Okay. Looks like the right number. Just like a Golgari Ramp deck, I guess. Golgari Ramp mid-range for my opponent. Ramp mid-range. Yeah. A little bit of graveyard stuff as well. The random Kenny Trill. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I guess just like Eugene synergy. Eugene synergy, I think. Yeah, people are really brewing in standard, like on Arena right now, which is really awesome to see. Like, just getting spammed by the same stuff over and over. Thank God Vivi is dead. So grateful Vivi has died, and now we can actually see Avatar having a bit of an impact. Like, thank God. Every day I celebrate. I mean, I love the obsessive pursuits. I'm Gamba. Hey, Gamba. World champ, we're good. Hi, Gamba. Double pursuit. Ooh. It could get scary. The Mirror Serpent. The Mirror Serpent. Heritage Trek. I got a little impatient with that, but maybe they're looking for a land, I guess. A lot of our elves again. Does Obsessive Pursuit have an alt art? If it does, I'm buying it. Does it? Obsessive Pursuit. Yeah, it does. I'm not sure if I like it better, though. Yeah, it does, I guess. I don't know if I like it better. It's not bad, but it looks very different. Not that this is particularly good either, like... But at least this looks like a black enchantment. Like, the Obsessive Pursuit all art looks... I don't know, like, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. Kinda cute. The aesthetic is stronger. Okay, we could get it. We could get it. I mean, it is one of my favorite cards right now, so, you know. Lands. But at least it's okay because I have Pursuit to at least put my mana into something, you know? Okay. 40 stream streak. Let's go, World Champ. Thank you so much. 3. They got 6 mana right now. I'm a bit worried about Eugene. Like, I want to keep the Molten Collapse for Eugene, but... Okay, well, I guess I don't. I guess I don't. 1. We'll collapse it. Boom. I got a backup now, so it feels a bit better. This is an outlaw, right? Aren't they both outlaws? Warlock and Rogue? Oh, big if true. Big if true. They're both outlaws, right? Yo, wait. Big if true. Oh yeah, we're killing this. We're killing this, guys. Alright. See, that's how it can be. Like, I don't understand why sometimes it's this, like, I don't get why sometimes this deck is like, well, damn, like, this is shit, and then other times it's just dominating. Like, maybe I'm just keeping bad hands. Am I the problem? I could absolutely be. That felt incredible, right? Alright, so now that you've seen the deck in action, this is the record I ended up having with it. A 4-5 record. Definitely not the best. There's absolutely some crazy RNG involved in that, though. There were some games that I just ended up, like, really flooding out, despite having a 20 land count in here. But, you know, that happens. It's Magic the Gathering. I do think that this deck is capable of holding a positive win rate in, like, the long run, if you take all the weird RNG aside. However, there's definitely some changes that I would make to this deck list. I don't think Desperate Measures should be in here. I don't think it's nearly good enough. I don't think Case of the Stash Skeleton is necessary in this deck either. I'm not sure if I would, like, in general, stick with all the sending. I like Corpses of the Lost as a card. I think Stalactite Stalker is quite underrated, but there's not a whole lot of synergy with the Stalactite Stalker and sacrificing, like, tokens, which there do end up being a lot of tokens present within this deck list. So, you know, definitely feel like there's some room to, like, change some of these cards and, like, improve upon them. Make them a little bit better. Something that I have done in a Viper deck list. I actually did end up trying to make my own Viper deck a couple of days ago before this came out, which was this deck right here, which also didn't end up doing very good. But the cards that I ended up working with were things like Firebender Ascension in combination with Rottenmouth Viper. I mean, you get like 2 permanents off for the price of 1, right? The Firebender Ascension itself, and then you have those that like 2/2 soldier token, and it also synergizes really nicely if you manage to get those 4 quest counters on it. You could get double the attack triggers on the Rottenmouth Viper. Even though that's quite like a different deck, I ended up combining it with something like Sinkhole Surveyor because that also has a good attack trigger, but at the end of the day, it still was not really that successful. So yeah, I would maybe consider going in with taking out these cards perhaps, and perhaps going in with either like a Firebender's Ascension or going in with Sinkhole Surveyor or something like that, because these cards fell short most of the time for me, which also makes it so that you could take out the Fabled Passages. Even though I like it in combination with the Corpses of the Lost and the Phoenix Fleet Airships in the sideboard, I just don't think a 20-land deck list should run Fabled Passage, even though the Rakdos mana is generally just terrible. And it is going to get better once we have Lorien coming out and we get the Blood Crypt back. It'll be a lot better, and these decks will end up being a lot more consistent. But there were definitely a good amount of games that I ended up losing to Flooding, which is just weird and like bad RNG. But also just being in a position where I couldn't properly curve out because I didn't have the right colors, which is just unfortunately the Rakdos curse. But I hope you enjoyed the video nevertheless. I figured it was pretty important for me to still like talk about the record of the deck list. There's definitely great high roll potential that this could win a tournament like that. And there was definitely some bad luck involved on my side, which resulted into a 4-5 record. So don't just like write it off, but I did want to give you a little bit of a heads up on how the deck ended up doing for me. I still hope you enjoyed watching though, and I was still very happy to see a Rakdos deck do well. Even not for me, but at least it did good for somebody else. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.